Well, hey, good afternoon. Thank you so much for jumping on. We're going to give everybody like a minute to jump on, and then I'm going to chat with you guys for a couple minutes. So thank you so much, whether you're supporting a consultant, whether she's new, moving up in leadership. I just thank you so much for jumping on and supporting her. So grab a sheet of paper, a pen. Maybe you want to take some notes, but thanks so much for helping her out. And my name's Jordan. I'm going to be hanging out with you guys today and giving you a little bit about my Mary Kay journey and how this has worked for me. So we'll give everybody a couple more minutes. Hey, welcome. If you're just jumping on, thank you so much. We'll give them maybe another 30 seconds or so. Thank you so much for your time. It's the one thing we can't get back. So in all of the hustle, bustle, craziness, holiday season's around the corner, it's a work day. Thank you so much for jumping on. All right, let's rock and roll. So thank you so much for your time. My name's Jordan Twilley. I'm a sales director with Mary Kay out of Maryland. I'm all the way on the East Coast. And I'm so honored to be as a guest today speaking and kind of telling you a little bit about how this has worked for me in my crazy life. And like, honestly, I would have been the last person ever in this world to be a Mary Kay consultant, but it's been a really, really interesting journey, a lot of self-growth, and I just honestly could not have prayed for anything more perfect than this. So I'm so excited to share with you a little bit about how it works. First and foremost, though, I hope you just listen to this with an open mind, or maybe it would never be for you, and that is totally fine, but it could bless somebody that you know in your circle so big. So thank you again for jumping on. My name is Jordan, if you didn't catch that part. I'm in Maryland, and I've been a sales director with Mary Kay now for about 2.5 years. I started my business when I was 18 years old, a whole whopping knowledgeable 18. So I was in high school still, actually. And my high school soccer coach is who introduced me to this wonderful company, specifically the products. So I loved that it supported her instead of Target or who knows, you know, who. When I bought my products that I was going to buy anyways, I loved this brand. And with it being the #1 selling brand in the US, I was like, well, hey, you know, if I'm going to start with a product, like this is going to be the best one. So let me just stick here. So I love that she delivered to me. I love that she custom picked my foundation, and anything, honestly, that I needed, she met my need, which was really convenient. The cool thing, in my opinion, was after I got to know the product, you know, she was like, Jordan, if you're going to spend all this money, like, I just want to look out for you. I feel like this might benefit you, an extra $100 in college. I know you have a crazy schedule, but listen to how it works. So I originally started my journey because I loved all of the products. I love that it was made within the US. I love that Mary Kay, the corporate side of the company, just gives back so much and doesn't just provide an opportunity for those that are involved with the company, but just give people blessings for no good reason other than the generosity that the company's founded upon. So from domestic violence coming to an end to cancers and things that affect women and children, we fund shelters in the country. I mean, I could just go on all day about how great the company is. So if I was going to ever join anything or support anything, this was my pick. And I decided to become a consultant because it was $100, which I could absolutely go to Target and spend that on something that the next day I don't even remember what I spent it on. So just easy $100 for a huge, beautiful leather bag filled with everything I needed to start a business if I chose to, but more importantly, all of the products that I already loved. So I really joined the company for a discount on some products, and if I made $100 here or there, awesome. I was open-minded to it. But let's be clear, I was going to college, working in the medical field, and knew exactly what I was doing as far as a career went. I was very, very passionate about helping cancer patients and working with those just elderly / cancer affected people and families. And I never in a million years saw Mary Kay being a part of that. But after going to college and getting a little bit deeper into that field, I saw a lack of job security. A lot of people that were in my clinical field had been let go, and really that was just to hire somebody like me fresh out of college, and they didn't have to pay me quite as much or benefits. I also saw a lack of job openings in my area. So the field after, you know, you graduate college isn't always what you want it to be, this welcoming atmosphere, just, you know, big girl job. And I never in a million years saw me straying off of that path. I never even considered a plan B, and that wasn't necessarily a good thing, but I'm really glad I kind of had a plan B put in place, even though I didn't know it at the time. So the cool thing is I started for, this very little itty bitty reason of loving the products, and if I could get them and make $100, awesome. And I did do that through college. I made great money on the side. I wasn't at like a adamant about building a business or a career or a huge customer base, but it still really was just amazing how much money I would make just asking people, hey, I'm placing an order. Do you need anything? And how much the product has been, just so well known, being around 53 years. So after I switched my major in college, 2.5 years in, I decided maybe I would pick my Mary Kay business up for like 1, maybe 2 nights a week. I didn't have a lot of time on my hands, and that definitely was never anything on my side. I've always worked 1 or 2 jobs while being in college. But at the same time, I needed a little bit of extra money. I just bought a car and moved out and changed my major and, honestly changed everything. I was working into a new job at that time, and $200 a month was why I decided to give this a whirl. So I didn't start for a free car or anything extravagant, but it's really a neat company how one thing leads to another if you choose. So that $200 a month, instead of making that a month, I would usually make that a night. I loved the extra money. I had a blast. I love the girlfriend time. I learned a lot about the products. I don't have a cosmetic background. My family actually farms, and I was very athletic, so put the two together, and cosmetics was not something that I was brought up around at all. My mom didn't wear a lot of makeup. I don't have a business background. So by looking at paper, I really didn't think that I had what it took to be an entrepreneur, or especially, at 19, 20, own my own business and be successful. It wasn't even something I really considered. But the cool thing is that $200 a month, I usually would make that in a night. $200 a night. So working 1 night a week over, I guess, about a month, I would have anywhere from like $800 to $1,100, and that went straight to my car payment. I had so much fun, and I learned a lot, like I said. But what really opened my eyes to this company was I actually earned my first free car within those first 3 months of making that commitment, 1 night a week. So I think of it like if my job before Mary Kay, any of the 20 that I've had said, Jordan, if you are willing to work an extra 5 hours a week, or even like 7 maybe at max, we'll give you a free car in 3 months, then I probably would have done it. And it's just such a neat company that we can do those things really quickly or pace ourselves. But the car wasn't something I needed, for the simple fact that I just bought a brand new car. So it's really neat that we can take cash if we don't want a car. I'll talk about that in just a second. But that cash was $375 a month, and my car payment was $210. My insurance was like $120, so it worked out perfectly that could go straight towards my car. So now I was having a little bit too much fun and like a little more intrigued, like what is this Mary Kay thing all about? And I looked at it a little bit more open-mindedly, I guess I should say. So a couple things that really, really stood out to me. One, we're the highest paid women in the US, and that speaks for itself, I think. I love that, not only did I have fun and make great money, but I didn't have to choose between income and flexibility. A lot of times in a, standard job, or when we're working for someone else, we do have to choose whether we, think we are or not. We probably are sacrificing one for the other. So I loved that through college, this fit all in the little holes that I had in my schedule, and it wasn't another set of hours, another set of obligations, or a boss that came with it. I also loved that, just for me personally, I've always been very friendly, not necessarily like the spotlight though. Okay, so I wasn't shy, I wasn't like the spotlight girl, somewhere in the middle, but I grew a lot of confidence through this, and that was because of the people that I was around. So I loved the people. And because of all of those things, I decided that I would move into a leadership position with the company in February, I guess, of 2013. So I've been a sales director now for 2.5 years, and it's just been amazing to have the opportunity to really make whatever I want out of this. So I did graduate with my bachelor's a year and a half ago. I probably will never use it. This is definitely the career of my choice. I just got engaged. Mary Kay actually paid for my first free trip last year with the company, and I was able to gift that to my husband, my new husband, and myself as our honeymoon, saving a lot of money. So honestly, my journey has been very unexpected. It's been something that I never saw for myself, but I am a hard worker, and I love that my family has, shown me that hard work ethic, and this has just been a really neat vehicle to live out my dreams, truly. So I'll kind of explain a little bit about how our company works. And this is the part, maybe if you're taking notes, you might want to write it down, but there's 3 very basic ways. So I love that it's just simple, 1, 2, 3. First way we make our money is through sales. Not only are we the highest paid women, but we're the highest paid direct selling company, making 50% of what we sell. So we buy it for $1, a cleanser, moisturizer, fragrance, and then we sell it for $2. So we're profiting 50% at the exact time that we sell that product. The really cool thing about that, in my opinion, is not only do we sell it and have a blast and get to know women and show them how to apply it, but because they have that relationship and we offer convenience with the product, #1 selling brand, great price point, they reorder. So we have a reorder business as well, and that keeps everything very consistent and residual. Okay, so that's the first way we make our money. The second way is through team building. Thank goodness we don't ever have to build a team, because that intimidated me a lot when I first started my business. But I will say that's something I'm very open-minded to now, because I've seen how many people this can bless. I've seen how this has impacted my life. And I look at it and say, what if somebody hadn't shared it with me? So I share the opportunity with everybody. I love talking about Mary Kay and how it works. Team building is something fun that you can do very, very small on the side. Maybe have a girlfriend or 2 that want to start their business and you bless them. Or you can actually teach other people how to run a business, several at a time, and earn a free car, move up in leadership in the company, and make a greater pay. So this is a totally separate income from our sales. And what happens is my team members, nothing comes out of them to pay me. They make their 50%, I make my 50%, but for training, introducing it to them, that takes time out of my personal life or out of my business. So what that does is it allows me to pass it on, and then the company will pay the recruiter straight out of their profits, out of Mary Kay's profits, once per month, ranging anywhere from 4% up to 36%. So it's a really nice chunk of extra income. And then the third way we make our money is probably the most fun to talk about, and it's also the most just surprising, I guess, out there. This is through prizes and cars. So like I said, if my job had offered me a car, I probably would have still been there. But it's just really cool that we can earn the use of a free car. We can earn a lot of prizes, and in place of a lot of those things, we can take cash instead. So for a lot of Mary Kay families, prizes is a huge form of income. We get recognized all the time and praised to success. Just really lifting each other up, which I love. So the cool thing is how this works is on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, and a yearly basis. We get all sorts of prizes. Some of those are small as business builders or really cute jewelry. On a quarterly basis, we always get to choose from things like electronics, household decor, kitchen appliances. I've earned all of those things, beautiful handbags, jewelry on a yearly basis. Or just for doing larger incentives, we're able to earn beautiful brand name handbags. I've got Coach, Kate Spade, Calvin Klein, Bradley Michka, Michael Kors, so many amazing brands, all the way to diamonds, cash bonuses, and trips, like I said. So the cars kind of fit into this category as well, because those things like the cars, we can take money if we don't want those. So for instance, the first car that a consultant can earn is a brand new Chevy Cruze, white or red, or $375 a month. So they can take the cash or the car. The second car level that we can choose from is a Ford Fusion, a Chevy Equinox, or BMW, or $500 a month. And then, of course, if you know anything of Mary Kay, you probably have heard of a pink Cadillac. So I've been driving a pink car now for almost 2 years, which is crazy. But people are just a lot nicer on the road when you're in a pink car. For some reason, they wave, they smile at you. So that's worth $900 a month if you were to earn the use of a pink Cadillac and not take it. Although I would never ever not take a pink Cadillac. But really cool fact is Mary Kay gives out close to 8,000 free cars per year. And the cool thing about that is they that's not including the people that take money. So imagine how many people earn cars. It's a load of people. And they do cover most of our insurance. Spouses are covered 100% on the vehicle. Our taxes, tags, registration, oil changes, tire rotations. It's amazing, all the services. And we get a brand new car every 2 years. So there's a lot of perks to driving free. Okay, so that's how we make our money in a nutshell. Sales, team building, and prizes. There's no quota at all. So it's $100 to start a Mary Kay business, and there's nothing that we're obligated to. And it's agreement, not a contract. So the cool thing is, over $400 worth of product comes in that starter kit, and we can take it and keep it all for us, and that be it. Or we can sell and we can make a lot of money, or earn a free car, whatever we want. The average household is $300 to $500 short per month. So most families do look at that income and think, what could that do? Could it pay down debt? Could it allow us to pay for Christmas in cash? Could it build confidence and allow us to then take a family vacation or save for something specific? So it's really neat. We can make it what we want, but there's no quota, no obligation at all as a consultant. Okay, one step further, there's no territories at all. We can build our business anywhere in the US, and I love that, because if you love to travel, then being able to tax deduct that is huge. But the cool thing is this does allow us to travel, whether we want to travel to company events or whether we want to build all over the US. Maybe you travel in the military, or maybe you just love to travel. You've lived several places, or you have family across the country. So this allows us to take it anywhere that we do want, and the taxes are incredible. The tax deductions, the tax advantages. So because it's a home-based business, a portion of our mortgage, rent, internet, cell phone, mileage on our vehicle, Christmas gifts, like a lot of stuff now that we're already going to be spending probably day to day, can become a tax deduction. So it does allow us to kind of plug the hole and keep more money within our household. All right, so that's kind of how it works, A to Z. I definitely encourage you that if you have questions, maybe you're concerned about not knowing enough people, maybe you're concerned about, I don't know, what could this be? Like, maybe you don't have a cosmetology background, or you don't know much about the product, or you just don't know if it would be a good fit for you. Ask the questions, because it would be crazy, such a great opportunity for you to not do this only because of a lack of knowledge or something that that you would need answered first. And we do equip you with the training. One of my favorite parts of Mary Kay's, I've never had to do anything alone. Somebody has showed me what to do, not told me what to do. And I do have all of the, flexibility to make my own schedule. I am my own boss. So now I am 23 years old, just got married, looking to start a family maybe within the next couple of years. And it's just so surreal to me that this is my life, that I can make over $100,000 consistently year to year, work from home, really have anything that I want out of this Mary Kay journey. It's for anybody that chooses to take it. So last but not least, I'm going to leave you with this. With Christmas season around the corner, everybody is thinking of shopping, of course. So I think one of the smartest things this time of year is to make a Christmas list and look at how much money you probably spend in Christmas. So aside from making money with a company like this, imagining that at 50% off getting your products and getting Christmas gifts, what this could be for you to gift and save money in your gift giving if you could shop out of your own business, more or less. So that's kind of some food for thought as well. I hope this blessed you in some way. If it isn't something for you, like I said, maybe you know somebody that it is for. So thank you for supporting your consultant. I'm going to give you a password, and you can take this back to your consultant. So thank you again. Ask them questions if you have questions. That's our job, to answer those. So please don't hold back with those. So your password today is going to be opportunity. And from Salisbury, Maryland, this is Jordan Twilley again. I thank you so much for jumping on and learning a little bit about the company and Mary Kay and what your consultant does. I hope that you have an amazing, blessed day.